It's time. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome in. And if you guys are joining shortly, also you guys in the future, welcome in. We're going to have a gold stream today. We're hitting the Chilkoot Trail in Canada, starting in Alaska, and then following the river up. Let's have a look here what we can see. Uh, we gotta have the right music, the right attitude. There we are. Hello, everybody. Oh, man. Every time. There we go. Welcome in. It's the Klondike time, everybody. Cheerios with the coffee. Hope you guys are enjoying this evening. We'll be firing up the 222 today for the first leg. I'm using some earbuds today, so it may be a little bit different than usual. Well, I didn't want to start by stuff. That's fine. We know how to start it anyway. Today we are flying the Chilkoot Trail. I'll show you guys on the map. Let's see, Scavenger, bring it up there. Yes, there we go. So the, oh yeah, that's the wrong one. There we go. Henne. So we'll be starting here down in Skagway, Alaska. And we'll be heading up the Chilkoot Trail starting at Diana, which is over here. And then we'll be flying northbound up over the pass. And over here we have the infamous hill. The reason we're flying the hill is so we can stop on the way. And then there's a trail going here towards the lakes over to Bennett. And from there, we'll follow the river system and the water system all the way up to Whitehorse. And then further up to Dawson. So you see, it's quite a way. It's going to take us a couple of hours. Today we're also doing donation stream. So we'll be donating anything in bits from the stream directly to the park. There you go. No, that doesn't. Let me check that. That is not the right link. So what we want to do, all the bits go directly to the park to preserve and make sure that the Gold Rush history will be preserved and the trail stays open and renovated. Chat commands. Donate. That was another donate. Maybe I can turn that off. Is that probably standard, I guess, in Streamlabs? Default commands. Yeah, there you go. We'll turn off and donate. Can't even find it.
Super0M_ just redeemed. All engines start working again.
Okay, we'll call it something else. Donations. There we go. Perfect. So we're gonna donate directly to them, and if you want to donate yourself, just follow that link, and there's a couple of options. Super Tom, what's up? Getting all out running again. Thank you so much, man. Cheerio, brother. Good to see you. So the flight today is about 400 nautical miles. So it will take us roughly 4 hours just flying. And if we're stopping on the way, roughly 5 hours stream, I'm guessing, give and take. But I don't think it's anything to wait on. Now we covered the route, and also the time and weather is not as per now. The weather is not too good, and also with the flight sim, it shows snow down here. So we're just gonna do the customized weather, also to give you guys the best experience. Let's see if we can get this bird flying. I also don't have this sound here since I'm using the earbuds, so I'm just gonna fix that. If you guys want to follow, we are at Papa Alpha Golf Yankee, North Europe server. This is such a beautiful airport right here. Oh, there's some small flies here. Let's see here, we could probably also bring up this map right here. If I pop this out, can we have it on the side? That would be kind of dope. If you add like a window. No, then it will... Yeah, it's better to have it like that. Right, so first is just the part and then do a right turn, and we're gonna head out towards the first part. So back in the gold rush times, a lot of people came here to Skagway in Alaska with boats from Los Angeles, Seattle. And this is where they kind of started their adventure. So Skagway was a real kind of cowboy town back then. When the gold rush started, there was no law here, there was no nothing. Just buildings and brothels. But eventually, like when the gold rush started to really bloom, they started having laws and it got more civilized up there. And then they made their way up here to Diana. I think it's like a day walk, short day walk from Skagway. You can just imagine like all the gear they had to bring and stuff like that. So I don't know, it's 400 nautical miles flying. Walking it would be much further. Alright, the first stop we're gonna do is Diana. Right now there's a national park monument down there. If you go see some photos, you can see boats docking here in Diana. Before they get ready to get up there. Something funky with the power. Gotta check that afterwards. Alright, let's set it here on the sandbar right here. Oh, we actually have the building side Diana over here. I think this is the historic park. Yeah, not a pretty landing today. The power is not set, so there was no power available for some reason. Number 2. Maybe we're just flying with what engine? Let's see if it's gonna fire up. Let's see what's up here when we type in Diana here. Nothing really. Dia, sorry. D-A. Yeah. Here you go. Dia, Alaska. So here you can see the old pictures from way back. So they have a cemetery here. There was avalanche back in the days. And here you can see all the supplies and all that stuff that had to be carried over. I believe a lot of the accident happened in like the 1898 there. All right, number 2 is going up. Number 1. Why is not number 2 working? Just gonna restart the heli here. Give it a new try to spawning the correct way. Right, there we are. You see, when I put live on, we get snow. So we need to customize it. So we're going to the 15th of August. And gold was found on that day up in Dawson. Petter, thank you so much, man. I hope you like it. We are doing a Gold Rush themed stream today. Currently just checking out the first waypoint, Dia, up in good old Alaska. Alright. Heading up the trail then. So this is where they would kind of come with the boats and everything prepared. They had their supplies, their mules, everything. Getting ready for the big hike up the mountain. How are you, Petter? Happy birthday to the kid here the other day. Amazing area over here. This is absolutely one of my favorite areas. Get some more lights on here. as we're heading up this valley, we will keep in mind that one of the hardest parts of the entire route up to Klondike was over this pass right here. Grueling conditions, people are walking in line, trying to get their supplies over the mountains. So we'll stop up here and have a look at it. Also, a lot of people perished up here. The area was really prone to avalanches, stuff like that. So this is where we want to do right turns. Revealing the canyon and the area around. Up here offline? Oh, really? That is not attended. If you go to, you can see it on map now, North Europe server, you'll be able to find me. It's just like a couple of more miles north of Skagway Airport, Papa Alpha Golf Yankee. If you want to join in and have the most scenic part of the flight, which is right here. So I would prefer to do it other way, but traveling to the gold fields, I would reckon this is where we gotta go. Copy that, sir. Thank you so much for the intel, though. I always wanted to do this flight actually, but in the recent flight simulators, this area has not really been modeled very good. So it's been kind of a dream of mine. Maybe we'll set it down over here on the top rocks here. Just overviewing the pass. I'll double check my online status as well at the same time. I also believe I need to start the flight tracker. Let me see here. Mr. Captain Norse. I should be available. I put nothing on that should not make that happen. Alright, so this point right here is where it all kind of started. You have to traverse up here with all your supplies. We'll go into a little bit of the history right now. Just gonna double check the tracker is online. If you guys are by any means wondering exactly where we are, just type exclamation mark location. Also, the small map is just below here in the panels. So this is the famous Chilkoot Pass. We just past the trailhead down in Dia and Canyon City, where we took the right-hand turn, coming up to Sheep Camp, where it's on the summit, not on the summit, but on the base of the pass here itself. So when we get up the pass, it's gonna be flat. So here's a couple of pictures from back then. This is the actual climb area. So in the beginning, everybody was carrying everything up there by themselves. But as pioneers, people understand like, hey, we can make money out of this. So eventually, they got you hooked up if you wanted to pay for it. You could either have a cableway pulling it up, or you could have mule pulling it up. But not many people had that much money, so most of them just carried themselves all the way up there. You just see the amount of people trying to get up that slope. And this is, you can see some, this is from the National Park Service webpage as well. The Scales donates a small flat basin along the Chilkoot Trail. So you can see the cableway right here, all the way to the top. That will send the supplies up. The scales. Let's see if we can find out on the sim right now. This is in 2014 and this is back in 1900s. So you can actually walk this ride, like not today, but you can walk it. There's like a trail. It's definitely on my bucket list, heading up here and doing that hike. I believe it's beautiful. Alright. Let's see if we can see it. I have a feeling this is the area, or maybe up there. So there was a rule that to pass this area, because on top there you will be heading into Canada, you had to have supplies for 2 years. Let's see, Chilkoot Trail supplies. Gear list. This is for modern time. Historic gear checklist. So this is what you needed to start your trip. Ooh, Chilkoot Trail become the world's longest museum in this carded gear. So you needed 3 sets of heavy underwear, a Macintosh suit, 2 pairs of Macintosh trousers, heavy rubber lined coat, 1 dozen pair of wool socks, half a dozen pairs of mittens, overshirts, snag-proof rubber boots, shoes, both 2 pairs, 2 blankets, 4 towels, overalls, a suit of oilskin clothing, 5 yards of mosquito netting. For groceries, you need flour, 400 pounds, cornmeal 50 pounds, oatmeal 50 pounds, rice 15 pounds, beans 100 pounds, candles 40, granulated sugar, baking powder, bacon, soda. You need 200 pounds of bacon, 2 pounds of soda, 36 yeast cakes, salt 15 pounds, pepper 1 pound, mustard, ginger, evaporated apples, dried peach, evaporated apricots, fish, pitted plums, dried onions, evaporated potatoes, coffee, tea, 4,000 tin concentrated milk, 5 bars of laundry soap, 60 boxes of matches, soup vegetables, and 25 cans of butter. What's up, Lario? We are looking at the required list to do the Chilkoot Trail up to the gold fields in Alaska, man. These are the required items to enter into Canada. I mean, just like sum it up, this is like, let's do it quickly. Just like the groceries itself. That's 450 plus 50 plus 50 plus 100 plus 40 plus 100 plus 200 yeast cakes, blah blah blah, plus that's at least 100. We are looking at more than 1,000 pounds of groceries. That is 500 kilos. Just at the groceries. I would say in average you would carry 600 to 700 kilos with supplies with you. So you had to go back and forth doing that crazy trail, getting up that mountain. By the way, from you people in here, we are doing the Chilkoot Trail. It's the frontier way to get up in Alaska and up to the Gold Rush in Canada, in Klondike. So we started here in Skagway a couple of minutes ago, and now we're heading up this river, and we are just in this area, and we will continue all the way up to the gold fields of Canada. So right now we're at the most deadliest stretch. In the beginning there was no limitations on what you could bring, but they saw a lot of people perished due to hunger, lack of energy, stuff like that. So they decided to welcome in Raiders. Yokin 900, what a legend. Hope your stream was great, man. That was amazing stream. Doing the Riviera right there. Good to see you too, Alario. Yes, I understand. We sorted out the problem. There was some resolution problems, but we sorted it out, so we were ready for this stream. Thank you so much for the stream, bro. We didn't find gold. We just departed where the gold miners arrived, and we're just heading up the mountain right now. We are still a couple of hours away from the destination where the gold is, and we're just having a look at the gear list. We'll start all over again, just explaining to the raiders as well what we're doing today. We are starting here down in Alaska, at Skagway, where all the boats came from Los Angeles and Seattle, and they anchored here, and they started a trail way up to Canada, to the Klondike Gold Rush back in the 1890s. And it was actually on the 15th of August, I believe. Let's see. First gold Klondike date. 16th of August, 1896. So just in a couple of days, the first gold was found and the gold rush started. So we're just on the base here, and then we're gonna head up the river, and got some history about that area before we finally end up in Dawson City here up in Canada. The trail is called Chilkoot Trail, and we are now on the basin of the Chilkoot Pass, and we were just going through the this is the Chilkoot Pass, by the way. All these are people right here. So what you needed to start to travel and enter Canada, you needed more than 1,000 pounds or 500 kilos of supplies to be able to enter Canada. So you had to carry all that stuff all the way up here, and also with the lines and stuff like that. And you need to bring this to all the way to the Klondike. So you could hire some moose or not moose, mules to carry for you, or you have to carry it yourself, going back and forth, getting on top there, going back down, getting back up, and then you can just like traverse into the Canada area. So having a look at the necessarily, this is all what was necessarily. Just all these meals and flowers, bacon, evaporated apples, fish, plums, tea, coffee. You had to bring it, and it checked you. So it was crazy. A lot of people perished there. There was avalanches, stuff like that. So we're gonna traverse up here now on top of the mountains and continue the journey. We are also putting all the bits that is coming in today, we'll put that to a donation. If we put exclamation mark, donations. You can also donate yourself if you like that. It's very important to preserve areas like this because the Gold Rush has so great history. Not many people know too much about it, but everybody has heard of it. So it's really interesting. Again, Jokin900, thank you so much for the raid, bro. I hope you enjoyed your stream. I enjoyed your stream as well, for sure. And raiders, welcome in. Let's continue. And if you're wondering exactly where we are, exclamation mark location, and you'll get a map up. Perfect. Thank you, okay? You know how it is with the helis, you know? You know how it is. I hope you like the hat, by the way. The hat is, by the way, bought in Gran Canaria on the of the cowboy village up there. Imagine just hiking up here in the winter. Because like the gold was found in August, and it took a couple of weeks before the news brought down to the south of the USA. So people were coming here during the fall season and winter. It's so scam, man. It is a fake ripoff. But I really want a kind of authentic, real customized one. Like, just imagining myself walking up here once is kind of drooling. Imagine doing this in winter weather, carrying like thousands of pounds. Up this mountainside. Yeah, this is the area. This is where they got some lift on the steepest part right here. And there's a graveyard down in Diana, symbolizing the people who perished during the gold rush. Oh, cheap viewers, nice. I can just imagine the happiness finally getting to the summit of this valley and continuing in. Seeing this view right here that we're seeing right now. Knowing that we climbed this, the valley's over, the travel's just begun, but we're up here. I haven't seen too many bots actually. But I'll leave the bot. Bot can be there. I don't care. Right, let's continue inbound so we can get to the gold fields during the day. Oh, there you go. Oh, shit! This is not gonna end good well, boys and girls. Let's just put it on the ground there. Not sure what's going on now. We're having a small technical difficulty here with everything, really. Yeah, my joystick is not responding. There we go. We're back. So the total distance for this travel is almost 400 nautical miles. Copy that, Jokke. I'm guessing you're getting yourself some food and some drink. We'll be here for a couple of hours. So I'll see you later, man. Gotta pee and some Mira stuff. Yeah, got you, man. I know how it is. I believe you can actually see the pathway down there to the left-hand side, where people will be walking. On the right-hand side, there's a area called White Pass, and that was called the rich man's travel route, because in White Pass from Skagway, you were able to get up there with the train. But the sad thing is that by the time the train was complete, the train was ready for usage, the gold rush was over. You can see the trail down there. How beautiful is that? So our next stop is Bennett. It was kind of the first civilization you'll get after Daia. Yeah, we're following the trail right now. There's quite a few interesting documentaries actually on the YouTube, at least, where people has relived and tried to live back in the 1800s, trying to this trail with that outdated type of gear. A lot of people also started camping in this area when they had come through the pass here, finally going down to some lower altitudes. And they would do a camp right to the right here and below us, covered with vegetation today, but they would camp out there, get their energy back on, and get ready for the next part. We'll be flying the heli up to Whitehorse, and from there we'll be changing to an airplane, I believe. Within a couple of minutes, coming up to Bennett, and Bennett and Lake Bennett is the direct connection where you can travel with the boat all the way north to Dawson City. So after hiking these miles over the mountain here, you would usually use a couple of days to build your own boat. Maybe you brought your own boat, or you bought yourself a boat up there. Of course, people were making their revenue from other people's travels. So a lot of people were stationed there and just building boats. It would take about 5 days to build one, or build a boat in general. And if you brought your boat on the top there, you could also do the lake which we just passed. What's up, Poos? Oh, hey there. How are you today, Poos? We're flying the Gold Trail of Klondike. It's coming up to Bennett. Let's see if we can find where the houses are. There we go. This is the city of Bennett. Well, at least it used to be. Huge campsites. And you could see, like, we'll get some pictures going. See if we can land this heli. I think when we land here, we'll be able to get a good view. We Sir? Let's see, Bennett, Alaska. So this is how it looks today. I see they also, this is where they have the railway. So we did trail, which comes from the left-hand side here, and it already reconnects here in Bennett. Gold Rush. So here you can see all the tents. That's a slow web page. Probably the same web page. Well, they build all the boats down here. It take 5 days, and then you could buy one, buy yourself one, build it, whatever. And from here you can do the waterway all the way up to the gold fields. Here you can also see somebody doing their canoe. Like that. And that would probably be a good idea. What's up, Cody? Yeah, thank you so much, man. I hope you guys like the stream better than my hat, though. But we're doing it authentical, and yeah, today is just good.